Ferry has arrived. We've gotten in line to board. It's probably about an hour before we'll get on the ferry. We expect about a 6-hour ferry ride across the Gulf of, Corcovado, I believe. And we're going to the very southern tip of the peninsula of Chiloé. We're pretty excited about it. Some chance of some good wildlife and a lot of beautiful scenery over there. Maybe some small fishing villages along the way. So we're excited to go explore a new part of Chile.
All right, the moment we have been waiting for.
3 days.
Another ferry ride. This one is gonna take us to the peninsula, the mainland Chile. And so we're pretty excited. Oh, it looks like this is an interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, never done this before on a ferry. But on this particular ferry, it looks like we're gonna get off the same way we got on, which means we gotta do a U-turn or a 3-point turn as we come on. Very interesting. All right, Snow's got to whip this thing around under pressure. Long line of cars behind us. Let's see how she does right here. He's telling her where to go. She's got her instructions.
Entiendo.
She's whipping it around, speaking Spanish. Ooh, mighty close to the front. She is ripping it around here. She's wasting no time, guys. See the long line of cars behind us. Nothing but suspense and drama here.
Gracias.
And Snow flips out a little more Spanish, like she's fluent or something. Whipping around, she's concentrating. No time to laugh right now. She's taking this very serious, as is, this spotter is on, giving good instructions. Stern face, straighten it out.
I need to focus, Curdy, I'm sorry.
Snow needs to focus. She's foci. Straight on back. Straight back, here we go. Keep going. Dally, dally. Look at that. Whipped her around like a pro. Woohoo! Alright. I think you can cut her off. We're on the ferry.
All right, we are pulling away from shore, leaving right on time, 3 o'clock. Starting to rain a little bit too. Getting out of here just in time. You can't see them, I'm sure, but there's a seal. And several birds flying right along the water. Little seal just popping his head up. You think it's time for you to get some food? Yeah? Alright. I'll feed you. Alright. Ferry update. Both kitties are chill. Geez, hungry. Kurt's working on a map for the next video he's editing.
I got it.
And we are at 4:30. So we pulled away from the dock at 3 o'clock. We are an hour and a half in. Let's get these guys some food, and then I think me and Kurt are gonna go up top and see what's happening. We tried to take y'all up to the top deck, but it's a little bit misty and sprinkly and really cold. So we ran down to get some coffee in the little cafeteria they have on this ferry, and we're watching for whales out the window. Now, the chance of seeing one is like 1 in a million. This is a big gulf. A lot of room for whales, and not many whales. But you never know, right?
We still have to look. That's part of the fun.
We have to look, yeah.
Well, that was a fairly smooth ferry ride, thankfully. And we're pulling into the peninsula of Chiloé. And as we pull into the port, you can definitely tell how important the waterways are in this here part of Chile. There are a lot of cargo boats, barges, ferries, fishing boats, and you can just tell that these little towns are built for the water. Now, this is a main way of transportation, and sometimes the only way of transportation down to these little islands and or these bits of mainland as you move south in Chile. All right, guys, we're seeing a few dolphins. They're hard to get, some water birds, and definitely some beautiful waterscapes with all these boats. So definitely as we come here to the end and the crew gets out here, they're all getting ready to land. They gotta throw the ropes overside. I don't know all the technical marine talk, but anyway, another thing that I forgot to mention is down here, there are a lot in these fjords and these waterways. There is a lot of salmon farming going on. And we've come through these and we've actually seen them all the way up for quite a few days. But there are a lot of salmon farms down here. All right, you guys can see they're dropping the gate and we're headed up to the ramp as we pull into this beautiful little waterfront town. Look at that. All these nice houses along here with beautiful views of the bay. All these super cool boats. Welcome to Chiloé. All right, time to go, guys. Looks like Snow's got her cranked up. She's always ready to go.
Alright, we're getting off the ferry. We are in a new town. I believe it's Quellón. We'll have to learn how to pronounce it.
On the peninsula of Chiloé.
Yeah, Chiloé, southern tip of the peninsula. It looks like a pretty cool little waterfront little town here. First things first, we are gonna drive around a couple of blocks and get a grip on the town. It's getting dark. We're gonna look for somewhere to sleep. So you can see the city over there across the bay. It's kind of a waterfront city that goes up on a hillside. It was a bigger city than we anticipated and a busier city than we thought. It's kind of difficult to maneuver the giant van around over there. So we have driven around to the other side of the bay or the channel or whatever this thing is called. And we think we're going to camp down at the very end of this road. And And what's cool about this is actually the Pan American Highway we're on. It starts all the way up in Alaska and you follow it all the way down. And this is the official end.
The end.
The end of the Pan American Highway.
The end or the beginning,
whichever way.
Which way you look at it.
Now, of course, you know, we've been all the way down to the tip of Ushuaia, so we've been to the end of the actual road. But the Pan American Trail, the Pan American Highway, ends in 1/2 mile. And we think, we'll see when we get there, but that may be where we camp and sleep for the night. It's kind of symbolic to sleep at the end of the Pan American Highway.
There you go.
So we're gonna get down there in just a minute and we'll show it to you. There it is, the end of the Pan American Highway. We did see a spot down here where we'll be able to camp. So we will get parked and we will walk you down here and show you this place. So this will be our campsite for the night. 200 feet from the end of the Pan American Highway. It's definitely a little tourist destination. A lot of little food trucks as you drive in here. Now we got here late. It's pretty much 9 o'clock. And everything's kind of closing down. But it's still pretty cool. There's the poodoo. We've been seeing the Chiloé dolphins. They're tiny little guys. We are on the lookout for one of these. A little teeny tiny deer. Alright. We just came in on this ferry. We landed right here. It was chaos in town. So we drove down here to the end of the road. Tomorrow we'll regroup and head north. Alaska takes you through Canada, then Estados Unidos, the United States. That's where we picked it up. Through Mexico. We kept driving through Guatemala. Yep, Honduras. El Salvador. Just keeps on going. Oh no, Nicaragua's plate is missing. But that would be Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama. Then we shipped it across to Colombia and we kept driving to Ecuador and Peru. Then we did a sidestep right here to Brazil and Argentina before we ended up right here in Chile. How about that, guys? Hey guys, what are y'all doing, huh? Waiting on us?
Good morning, everyone. We had a nice camp spot out here in Quellón at the end of the Pan American Trail. It feels like a border crossing a little bit, even though we're still in Chile. We did take that long ferry ride to the mainland, and we need to supply up. We are out of sawdust for our composting toilet. We only have what's in the bucket, so we're on the clock with that. We also need to get some groceries. We're low on kitty food. We did good on cat litter, but we also got to pick up some other food, and we only got a few drips of water in the tank. So we got some chores to do today before we go adventuring, but it's all part of it, right? All right, this is one of the challenges of having a big van. You can see this little parking lot. They got the delivery trucks. The only ramp is a steep hill down in here. We had to pull into the parking lot, spin it around, park uphill, so we can go get some groceries at the Unimark. All right, guys, we've kind of been in the middle of nowhere. It's been hard to find stuff. Blueberries, green stuff, they definitely have not had. Look at all this green stuff. We're like in heaven. These are $2.50 for these blueberries. That's $5 right there. Produce is expensive here.
I'm gonna call that an average grocery store as far as stuff we needed, except for when it comes to the cat food. Look at all the cans of Felix. Woohoo! Plus, we got a couple of little fancy feast treats. Tuna and salmon with gravy. Those are special for Vanna. We'll see if she likes them.
I hope she does, because they're only about $3 a piece.
No, they're not. They're $1. I looked. Nanner, he doesn't love you as much as I do. He doesn't want you to have good cat food. All right, we're gonna get these groceries put away and move on to our next spot.
So parking in this town is an absolute bear. You can see that car trying to wiggle in here. We did find a little parking spot at the bank, but most people park along the side of the road, and there's not actually parking there. So it's a normal size 2-lane road with 1 lane of cars, so you gotta squeak through. A lot of times you have to wait for traffic to get through. I really like this city, but for that, it just really makes it crowded, claustrophobic, chaotic, and I'm sad because the waterfront and the birds, this would otherwise be a really beautiful town. That was absolute, what is this, chaos. We got almost everything done. It's really difficult to find water here in this little town because, first of all, it's so compact. The gas stations don't have it and don't want to deal with it. We did find one. We were able to sweet talk our way. We got our tanks filled, so that's what we need. We are headed north. We still have to get some sawdust. Last time we saw it was at the Maderas, which is more like a lumber shop, a wood shop, but a lot of times they don't have sawdust there. We're going up to a asadero, so there they make furniture, things like that. So from the asadero, we should be able to get sawdust. People said it's up here on the ruta. It's not in the Google, so we don't know. So we're gonna drive up here. We're headed this way anyway. Hopefully we can find it, or Snow's gonna be pooping on the ground.
No, I'm not, because we have an emergency backup of cheap cat litter that we will use.
All right, there you hear it. Snow is not gonna be pooping on the ground.
There's Curt, he won't poop on the ground either.
I am not a ground pooper.
Is that it? We found the place that cuts the wood. Now let's see if they'll sell us some sawdust.
All right, I'm breathing hard because I was running and I was excited because we got Acerine, which means we have checked off all of our boxes of resupplying up here in mainland Chile. We are going exploring, but we're going to take you exploring on our next episode. Thanks you guys for joining in.
I want to tell them something. The next episode may have animals that none of us have ever seen before. Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
If you like this video, Be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys!